Welcome back to another episode of 10 Questions with the Panthers, with us, the Likely Lads, and our next Panther. Welcome, Lee Thomas. How are we, pal?
Hey boys, good, thanks. Yeah, great. Yeah, look forward to this a lot.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Want to give us a little introduction for yourself?
Yeah, my name's Lee Thomas. I've been with the Panthers from the start. I'm amazed how much it's grown. So I think our first training session would have been, I think the first week of September was at 2019. So I always remember I remember Terry saying this is the start of something big. I think it was about a dozen boys, different abilities, different ages, some with issues, some without. And how it's grown now. I think we could have about 4 teams now. So how it's
Yeah.
grown, tremendous thanks to, and none of us, I remember I talked to Andrew in the last kind of, we were in there like a month's training before this, and Andrew was saying, we were going to have games every 6 weeks or 4 weeks, and when we got going, October, November, right through to our tour was a year ago in
Yeah.
Worcester. Would have been
Yeah.
next weekend. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, we played back-to-back games pretty much. So yeah, it's been and obviously boys like Stuart, Terry, Ralph, it's been a phenomenal, and now it's helped different people who've got different needs, and yeah, it's just been a huge success.
It's been great to see, to be fair, and I think a lot of, obviously we're Talbot boys, and it's been nice to see everyone in Talbot come around it and really support it,
Yeah,
and even the surrounding areas now as well, because there's people travelling from Upper Neath Valley and
Yeah.
Avon Valley
yeah,
and
yeah.
Bridgend and
No, no
stuff. It's
time.
been nice to see, and it is a good thing. So, first question, Lee, why did you join the Panthers?
Um, I a couple of reasons. I think my son plays for Meister Celtic, and is 16, so I think I obviously played rugby when I was younger. So I remember it was about it would have been 2 years ago. 2 years ago Easter. So we went to Hilversum. Hilversum is the biggest youth rugby festival in Europe. So we went over on a bus from Celtic,
Yeah.
and yeah, boarding up weather, lovely day. And the boys won, would have been under 14s, wasn't it? So, or under 15s. We won the tournament. Fantastic day. Beat teams from South Africa, England,
Good stuff.
Holland, blah, blah, blah. And I was there, obviously having a beer, walking around, and there was like obviously youth, boys your age,
Yeah.
the vets. I thought I can still do that.
Yeah.
I still got fitness levels, and I thought, you know what? When I go back now, so I was talking to one of my mates, Lee Murphy, who plays with the Celtic Barbarians. He's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So he put me in touch with Aris. So Aris said, yeah, a couple of weeks now, we're starting this. Obviously, at the time, we didn't know whether it were going to be a vet like myself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
ability. We didn't know what I was going to pan. Do you mean? So it's been one size fits all, and so that was it. And I still think every train session we have, I always think of what Terry was saying. This is going to go places and grow and grow and grow. And I think, you know, look at what we did last Christmas for like Brett's daughter, even was on Scrum
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farm,
That was awesome.
and then when we did the new the Macron kit launch, that first couple of seconds, I said to Aris, we've gone now from featuring from grassroots 12 boys to now featuring the new Macron ad for the
Yeah.
Yeah.
new, you know,
I
it's,
know. What can you want,
So
didn't it?
going
it's
from strength to
incredible.
strength.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Next question.
go on.
Oh, go, sorry. Go on.
I was just going to say, like, it's a bit off topic, but we spoke about in our podcast episode with Katie, and I don't know if any of the Panthers have listened, but like we were saying how there should be a mixed ability side in after every sport, because it should have
Yeah, yeah,
the
Yeah.
capabilities to play to the level that you should be able to play. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, off topic.
yeah.
Go on, Derek.
Next question is, what was the best thing about joining the Panthers?
Loads of things. As I said, I think what I like a lot is the non-judgmental attitude. I think that's very refreshing.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really, I think, and it's a family club, and as I say, going back to the Brett's thing, it was an emotional day for all of us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and other boys from the Stars, and also thanks to Stuart, how we've gone from different clubs. So Talbot Ground, uh, Ty Bark, train facilities, having a pint
Yeah,
afterwards. So away from, I suppose, the mixed ability scene, just our local scene of being welcomed by different clubs. You
yeah,
know,
Yeah.
I think, I think on a personal level, what I liked was you can't. And I remember walking back after the game. when we played Pontryfen Vets, and essentially you can't get more grassroots than this than like the Miners' Arms, changing upstairs, right? Virtually in like a back bedroom, walking
Yeah.
over that deck in Pontryfen, and then playing the game and walking back then, and then seeing all the pictures of Richard Burton, Liz Taylor, all that massive heritage, and that you can't get more grassroots than that. And that was my personal thing. As I said, the tour to Worcester was great time.
Yeah.
Keep
And
it
just
PG.
sorry, Dick.
I said keep it PG as well, pal.
Yeah. Apart from Alfred sliding under the bog, so as we were urinating in the gentlemen's, we looked down and see just an Alfred sliding through.
Class.
Yeah. So,
Brilliant.
How was? Oh, sorry. Go on.
And yeah, as I said, even obviously this for all of us that lockdown, on and off lockdown, has been a bit funny. But when we've got together, even for 3-4 weeks, just you can see the joy in people's faces to have a run out.
Yeah.
I think it's good for everybody's morale. Regardless.
Yeah. Well, we joined in on a session, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was
I really
great.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a great old session. Yeah. I forgot what. Yeah, I think I've got the right question. Yeah. How has joining the Panthers benefited you personally?
I think. Well, I don't know. As I said, it's fitness, because I played football before this, so it was just nice that I hadn't played football for like 8 years, Saturday and Sunday football. So it was just nice to realize on a personal level, I got a good fitness level. That was rewarding.
Yeah.
So and this Sunday's been rugby day, so obviously my sons played in the morning and then get over there. So it's a real good buzz to watch my son in the morning.
Yeah.
I've even spoke to his coach a few times and said, look, because obviously not youth level, but under 15s and 16s, it's all everybody's got a half a game. So I spoke to his man and said, look, if you're going to take it, if you can half a game, give him the first half, because I've got a leg.
Yeah.
So it's just been right. Put Kai on the first half. If he's going to come off half time, because then I don't feel a guilty dad on the way to my and as I said, I think it's beyond rugby, isn't it? So obviously rugby, it's funny now, because obviously, as I said, when we joined, none of us knew where it was going to go, and it was are we going to manage a game, or I think we had 10 or 12 boys, people doing positions and all this, and Richard Hibbert did a couple of sessions with us, but yeah, so I think, just as I said, away from rugby, just the engagement, and just how everybody, as I said, obviously we've done a lot of training sessions with the girls from the Reds. That's been great as well. A couple of youth boys. It's just it's just a rugby family, basically, isn't it? There's been no aggro, no one, but when we've got good big numbers, you know what I mean? So the way Aris, Harry, and just orchestrates it, it's rugby. Going back to what Stuart says, it's rugby for everybody, and it's been that,
Definitely.
Yeah, I think you said that perfectly. Like, even I think everyone's had on so far said Panthers is a family, not just a rugby team.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
if you think about it, the things we've done, apart from we've say the thing with Brett Stored, we went to Bridgend College, and then we did a training session with a couple of boys I know, because they know my kids, and it's just worked on so many different levels, and a couple of youth boys, and you and Sam and the others come along then to keep fit, you know what I mean? And I've had a couple of games for the seconds, but that was that was great, just to still, I still got the legs in me, do you know what I mean? So
definitely.
That was a nice. It's all been positive, but I like to take the opportunity to thank the boys like Terry and Stuart and Aris. Just what that man's done is no shot of a miracle, do you know what I mean? So
AJ,
definitely.
AJ,
yes. The original,
he's horrendous tourist, or sorry, Lee. He's a horrendous tourist.
But he makes up in his hot.
Next question then. If the Panthers wasn't created, where would you be now? Or what would you be doing?
On a Sunday, probably going for food with my son after his game, and then going home, watch Sky Sports, and probably got my bike or doing a bit of fitness, but obviously I wouldn't be playing, you know. So
Yeah. But separate topic, obviously you're still keen to play, but if the Panthers wasn't there, you wouldn't have joined a rugby club.
I would have. Well, Meister Celtic have set the vets up, so you know, those are the classic vet games where you're lucky to get like 4 games a season. You know what I mean, so it's
Yeah.
the
Not
Panthers.
regular.
Yeah, it'd be like a Christmas Boxing Day run out, bloody blah. But yeah, as I said, Andrew said, you know, how are we going to get fixtures and you know with this and that we've been invited to hike. We're supposed to do a Gloucester tour, you know, and when we start back up, obviously we start on a local thing. So yeah, I think it'll grow and grow, and you know, numbers wise, we've got 40 odd boys. So the other week we had to think, you know, the macro on the £1 million kit, and you know, let's get a second kit so we can have 2 teams or friendlies or whatever. So
Definitely.
Black Panthers, the Pink Panthers, you know. So.
Yeah, class.
Favorite Panthers memory, Lee?
I think my first try when I combined with a mercurial Carcassonne, who could be a hooker, could be a 9, could be a 10. He's one of those players. He's mercurial. Although he's got Italian heritage, he's probably got some French in him. So
he's a magician.
Yeah.
Magician.
Yeah. He's like the Luka Modric of the Green Stars.
Awesome.
Yeah. So Carl played 9, so I played 8. So we were in the corner about 5 yards out, and then I said, "I'll pass it to you, and we'll do 1-2." I go down the tackle, pushed the Carl. Carl took 2 men out, and it was literally inches from the corner. He popped it back in the inside, and I just flopped over. That was my first try. I was happy. I did have a try before that, my first game, when I turned up late because of my son in the game, and I'm glad this is on record. So Andrew put me on. Andrew put me on at 30, and he said, so I went on and said, "Right, give it to me as a crash center." I went over, the ball was clearly grounded, but Donkey said, "You didn't ground it." So, but my first try.
Yeah, no.
So that was my first try, but my first official try was my little 1-2 with Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. What is your role within the Panthers?
Obviously still playing, which I enjoy, but during, well, obviously on or off lockdowns, if Terry could make it because of work or Jordan's commitments, etc., I've stepped in as a bit of a coach role. So last couple of sessions, me and Ralph did a bit. So I've been kind of doing a bit of fitness. Well, we've been splitting it basically. So I think we had to do it really because obviously with the COVID things, you could have, you know, we were obviously being monitored with WRU, so you had to, you know, I think groups of 15. So if you had good numbers, 25, 30 boys, I split a group, and obviously Harry's done a bit as well.
Yeah.
You just needed somebody to put on a session because obviously people turning up there and you need organisation sessions. So players, but very coaching as well. Obviously not it's more kind of skills basically. And
on a funny note, what's your role within like the funny side? So are you the dancer? Are you the music man? Are you
Joker?
Yeah.
I'm pretty boring, really, I think.
Mike was saying you're the guy that does calves all day, every day.
Yeah, calf freezers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I try to put so much on the pitch. You feel drained after then. Do you know what I mean? So I'm quite vocal on the pitch, but off the pitch, then I'm like.
We've sort of already had the next one, but your pre-match routine. So from your Sunday morning when you wake up, do you have Weetabix with your son, and then obviously finish the game?
Protein shake, then decent. Well, it depends, isn't it, if he's playing away. I normally obviously hydrate. I find energy gels good, whether it's a placebo effect or whether they work. So I always an energy. You don't know. Does it give the extra 5%, or is it because it's mental? So I have an energy gel, obviously little liquids inside me. Make sure I have a good warm up. I just go out then and give my best, you know.
Happy days. This is a good one. Who's your inspiration, like in general life, or maybe to join rugby?
Well, Well, as I said, I think if my son had me playing in that tournament in Holland, I probably wouldn't join. I say because, and it's a 2-day tournament. Well, we were there 3 days in Holland, so just to see that, and because there was the vets and you just think walking around, because obviously, it's like in tournaments you've got like an hour between rounds and stuff, and so walking around there's a vets, and I thought, well, he's obviously vets is what 35 plus. So I think that was my inspiration, really.
You're not a day over 21, Lee, man. You're not 35.
No, it's the moisturizer, boys.
Your favorite sports person or rugby player? So if you have a favorite sportsman or woman or a favorite rugby player?
I'd say pretty in the back row. So something like Hooper is good, but obviously going back to the weekend, I'd say Tipperick, just the work rate, So when I watched, funny enough, because I watched the game obviously live Saturday, but then I watched it again, and just to be a nerd and just to watch people. So
you watch it a lot better, don't you?
Yeah. And I know my missus is like, "What are you doing? You've watched this already." So off the emotion, and then you can play it back, can't you? And just watch. I watch play back, just in the tackle, the positioning, don't overcommit. I think I learned from watching players.
Yeah,
definitely
the analysis part.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite rugby team and going off that, maybe local, or do you like watching the Ospreys?
Well, I've got to say, if my son's going to watch this, Meister Celtic under 16, so they do well in this, obviously, in the Ospreys pyramid. It's Meister Celtic, Tondy, Truoki, but the best teams. Neath are good as well, so they've won. They
good
win.
Standard.
Yeah, they are a good standard. A lot of boys have feed into obviously the Osprey stuff, and so I'd say obviously got my son's team. So I'm hoping he's 16 now. I'm hoping he can have a run out for the Panthers in a couple of years. That would be going back to the likes of Carl and Joel. Just to play a game, even if it's a friendly for your son, that would be
it'd be nice.
Inspiring for them, isn't it?
I think I'd been tears, to be honest. I really would during.
And it's off topic, but someone like your son's age can also learn a lot from playing our matches. I think before the Panthers, like we played like mixed ability rugby deck to me for the start seconds and stuff, and you learn an awful lot about yourself as a player and an awful lot as a person enough as well.
Yeah.
You realise more about the game, and it's not about winning, is it?
Yeah, definitely.
No. It's grown to something none of us never thought would turn into, So
last question: your favorite Panther? So it can be a player or the coach.
Top three.
What an horrible question.
Yeah.
An horrible question.
There are 40-odd boys to choose from.
I know. Let me think now. Give me a second. I got to give a shout out to Joel, who's our top try scorer.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And he brings life and soul to the party. I think I got to give a shout out to Nathan. I've never seen a man eat so many crisps. I remember we played. I can't remember we played. I think it was down.
It's Nathan Watkins, isn't it?
Yeah. But down in Barryport, I think it was. So Andrew and Brody kept buying him crisps, and he was quavers quite. And I said to Nathan, how many packs of crisps you had? He said, I don't know, but it's in double figures.
Brilliant.
Imagine.
Let me bring. Let me think. Yeah, I think the answer's got to be John Welly, because he's one of the few players who and Simon as well, who still got I got a couple of years on me. So I think John, just to be a mature gentleman and just to have that passion and get as captain, it's got to be John Welly. I think
still knocking about.
Still knocking about.
So we got 5 quick fire questions now, super quick because we're running out of time on I'll kick it off. Forwards or backs?
Forwards all day.
Tackling or rucking?
Tackling.
A dive-in try or casual tap down?
No, it's got to be diving, isn't it? It's got to be diving.
Yeah.
Passing or kicking?
Passing.
Last one. Boobs or bum?
Boobs all day.
Yes.
Nah. Bum man myself.
Brilliantly. Thanks for coming on. It's been great to chat to you. Hopefully we can get up and running now soon and have a couple of trains.
Yeah, I think with this vaccine thing and the R rate coming down and the weather, I think is a bit of
A boost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait.
But even if it's not now, with the lights getting, you can go out on your bike or you can go walking or go wherever.
Yeah, definitely.
Morals up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. So I think obviously that next announcement now is at the 12th, is it? So if gyms start opening up, I can see us now Easter time maybe going back to some training session.
We can hope. Brilliant. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, boys.
As we finish,
Thanks a lot.
just give everyone a wave.
Yep.
And then
Cheers, boys.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Lee.
Take care. Thanks, boys.